Hi, I'm Brenton from Silver Lake. The Sound of Young America is an independent production supported by listeners like you and me. If you'd like to donate to support the show, visit MaximumFund.org and click on Donate.
I'm Jesse Thorne, America's radio sweetheart, and this is the Sound of Young America from MaximumFund.org.
Radio sweetheart, boy detective, it's the sound of young America. Maximum fun, maximum fun, maximum fun, maximum fun, maximum fun.
Welcome to the Sound of Young America, a public radio show about things that are awesome from MaximumFun.org. Something a little bit different on this podcast. Last month when we were live in Santa Monica, we hosted not only a live taping of the show, but also a live taping of some of our favorite stand-up comedians from the Los Angeles area, which was co-produced with our pals at aspecialthing.com. This set from comedian Dan Mintz is the first fruit of those labors. Dan Mintz has written for a number of television programs, including The Andy Milonakis Show and The Human Giant. He's also appeared on Late Night with Conan O'Brien. The folks who listen to this show on the radio will get about 5 minutes of Dan's comedy. Those of you here on the podcast get a full 12 or so. Here's Dan Mintz live at the Westside Eclectic Theater in Santa Monica, California.
A lot of the time, I think I have a really good idea, but then it turns out it's actually not a good idea. Like, I was really hungry and I wanted a personal chef, but I couldn't afford one. So I had the idea to start a business that's like a timeshare thing for personal chefs, where a bunch of people pool their money and you just use a chef when you need one. And I was really excited, and then I realized I just invented the restaurant. I was with my friend, and we both had to go to the bathroom at the same time. So we both went, and I was first, and there's only one urinal in the bathroom. So there's kind of this awkward moment where I was trying to figure out the etiquette of the situation. Like, should I offer the urinal to him, or is that weird to make a big deal out of it? So I just took the urinal. So I'm shitting in the urinal. And when people say that Superman is faster than a speeding bullet, do they really have to use the word speeding? Isn't that kind of assumed? I just saw this guy who's faster than a bullet. Oh, you mean like a bullet I gently toss across the room? No, a speeding bullet. I'm sorry, I should have clarified. Whenever God makes terrible things happen, everyone says he works in mysterious ways. But when I make terrible things happen, I'm just a dick. Maybe I work in mysterious ways. Roman Polanski lived an amazing life. He's a Holocaust survivor, and his wife was murdered by Charles Manson, and he raped a 13-year-old, and he's an award-winning director. I'd be happy with just one of those. Everyone at work thinks I'm crazy because I come to work every day wearing a spacesuit. But you dress the job you want, not the job you have. I went to this massage parlor, and there's a really embarrassing moment when I asked for a hand job, and I found out they only give legitimate massages at West Valley Hospital Chiropractic Clinic. Sometimes I really want to have sex when my girlfriend's on her period. So what I do is I put a towel down on the bed, and I put her on the towel, and I go have sex with one of her friends. My mom always says she wishes I was never born. But I don't think that's true, because if I was never born, she'd have a 26-year-old man living inside her uterus. What the world really needs right now in these trying times is for aliens to invade, because then everyone, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, will all put aside our differences and join forces with the aliens against the Arabs. I'm writing a movie about what if Helen Keller could see dead people. It's called The Fourth Sense. I feel bad for people with birthdays on September 11th, because then instead of a birthday present and a September 11th present, you just get one present for both. My 3 least favorite days of the year are Mother's Day, because when I was 11, my mom died in a horrible accident. And Father's Day, because when I was 12, my dad died in a horrible accident. And Thanksgiving, because I don't really like cranberry sauce. I hooked up with this girl, and my friends were really pressing me for the details of what happened, and I was like, I don't know, I feel kind of bad talking about it. And they said, oh, just tell us what happened in baseball terminology. So I was like, oh, okay, I shoved a baseball bat up her pussy. I was always one of those kids that would put more effort into finding a way not to do my homework than it would take to just do it in the first place. You know, like one time I built an army of robots to do my homework. The assignment was build one robot. This crazy girl was hitting on me in a bar, and I wasn't really into it. And she asked for my number. My friend said I should give her made-up number, so I told her 60 gajillion. And then I went to get one of those carbon monoxide detectors, but accidentally got a carbon dioxide detector. I'm just always evacuating my apartment now. It's really annoying. I should have not done that. I would give my left nut for a really nice guitar. I don't actually play the guitar, but I have 3 testicles. When I was a kid, my dad was always really paranoid about safety. Like, he always made me wear a parachute. Not even just when I'd go on an airplane or a balloon, but when I'd go to school or hang out with my friends on the weekends, and it was really embarrassing. And I was like, Dad, this really isn't fair. None of the other kids have to do this. And he was like, well, if all the other kids jumped off a cliff, would you? And I was like, well, I'm wearing a parachute, so it'd probably be okay. It's really annoying when people refer themselves in the third person, but what's even more annoying is when they refer themselves in the second person. Like, hey, could you give you a ride home later? I think your apartment is right on the way to your place, so it'd work out really well for both of you. I took one of those personality tests. Came back negative. I had to go to jail a couple years ago. It was not a good time. I was brutally sodomized every day for 14 months. I was only in jail for 6 days, so I'm not really sure how that happened. But, and then my parents are getting kind of old and sick. I think I'm going to have to put them in a nursing home. I feel really bad, though, because I live with my parents, and I don't want to live in a nursing home. I took this girl to dinner, and I heard that women like it when you order for them, So I was like, I'll have the special, and she's not going to eat anything tonight. And I hate it when I call a girl to ask her out, but then I get scared and pretend like I was calling about something else. And I'm like, hey, Julie, it's Dan Mintz. I'm calling from Bank of America by your credit card. I drive a truck for my job, and I hate it when I get to a toll booth and they charge $2 per axle, because I drive an axle delivery truck. It's like $500 or $1,000. But the other day I was sentenced to death by lethal injection. They told me I could have anything I wanted for my last meal, so I made them give me lethal injection antidote. I believe in the Native American philosophy that when you go hunting, you should use every part of the animal you kill. Like the other day I killed a polar bear. I used the jawbone to make a knife, and I used the rest of the animal to have sex with. My grandfather was a Holocaust survivor, and you can tell that it really affected him because to this day, he still will not walk into a gas chamber. They say that you're not supposed to go to the grocery store when you're hungry, but I ran out of food like a week ago. Every day I got hungrier and hungrier. I went to one of those police auctions where they sell everything they confiscate from criminals. It was really cool. For $200, I got a pound of heroin and a kidnapped girl. So everyone knows that if you want to get, there's a thing like to get your porn name, like the stupid game, like the name you have for your porn star. What you do is you have the first name be the name of your childhood pet, and the last name is the street you grew up on. And it sounds dumb, but it's amazing how well this works. Like, my porn name is Max Rimjob Avenue. I feel bad for these brilliant scientists that invent amazing new technologies like the internet or DVD player, then everyone just uses it to masturbate to pornography. And I really hope that doesn't happen with my new invention, the electric dick massager. My friend told me about this masturbation technique called a stranger, where what you do is you sit on your hand first so it gets numb, and it feels like a stranger is jerking you off. And I tried it, I like it a lot, but what I like even better is I sit on my dick so it gets numb. Feels exactly like I'm jerking off a stranger. And then I'm jealous of kids today. It's so much easier to jerk off than it used to be. Like, when I was a kid, you had to go find the Sears catalog, go to the lingerie section. Now the internet, I just go to my computer, go online, go right to Sears.com. All right, thank you very much. You guys have been great.
You can find Dan Mintz online at danmintz.com. That's MINTZ. That's our time for another Sound of Young America podcast. I've been your host for the program, Jesse Thorne, America's radio sweetheart. The show is produced by Speaking Into Microphones. Our theme music was written and performed by Dan Grayson with a bit of help from myself. Our interstitial music is provided by Dan Wally.
And I'm the intern, Tim Noble.
You can find us online at MaximumFun.org, where you will find not only our lively discussion forums, but also our daily updated blog and our other spectacularly awesome podcasts. You can always email me with your thoughts about the show. My personal email address is Jesse, Jesse, at MaximumFun.org. We'll see you next time on The Sound of Young America.